Mars in Aries on a horoscope is the position of desires. But the way people experience their desires is rather complicated, because what you want is not the same thing that the society wants you to want. Our society defines which are the right desires and which are the wrong desires. Are your desires right or wrong? I'm Cavalher. Christianity has been demonizing human desires for almost 2,000 years. For instance, all the 7 deadly sins are rebukes to our desires. Our desire to have money is turned into greed. Our sexual desires are turned into lust. Even our desire to eat is turned into gluttony. The holistic world absorbed the Christian prejudice and preaches that people should not follow the ego's desires. Besides ignorance, it's hypocrisy. Whilst being against the ego's desires, the holistic world sells you loads of techniques that help you accomplish what you desire. After all, it's easier to sell products that satisfy the client's desires than true spiritual techniques that do not meet the client's expectations. But it doesn't matter if you have a religion or if you are a spiritualist. Our society teaches that we must obey morals. Our society teaches which are the desires someone is allowed to have, the right desires. These desires can be satisfied. Our society teaches which are the desires someone cannot have. These desires must be repressed. But if the society is teaching you what you can desire and what you cannot desire, are the desires you have your desires, or are they the desires of our society? People who go to college at the age of 18 do that because they want or because that's the right thing to do. Are you straight because you feel attracted by people of the opposite gender, or because being straight is the right thing? Are you a Christian because you profoundly know the teachings of Christ and you practice them on a daily basis, or because someone asked you which is your religion? Believing that there is such a thing as right desires originates most prejudices. For example, believing that women cannot desire the same rights as men do is behind the higher wages paid to men. Believing that someone cannot desire a same-gender person is behind the prejudice against homosexuals. Aries, the Greek god that most resembles Mars, is the god of the desires. Aries did whatever he wanted. He satisfied all his desires. The other gods often disapproved Aries' actions. Aries was the most hated amongst immortals. Do you know what was Aries' reaction before that? None whatsoever. Screw the other gods. Screw those who think that my desires are somehow unfit. I do what I want. Mars in Aries on a horoscope is the satisfaction of my desires just like they are. Mars is the strongest planet in the 3rd dimension. In 3D, the main goal is to build a strong ego. Carl Jung has never said that the ego jeopardizes the psychological and the spiritual development. Much to the contrary, Jungian psychology teaches that the ego and consciousness are one and the same thing, and that the ego must be strong in order to be able to understand the unconscious mind and to live together with the soul. Those who do not satisfy their desires, besides being hypocrites, are repressed people. Without a strong ego, they will remain stuck in the third dimension until they stop being fools. Those who satisfy their desires quickly build strong egos and accomplish the third dimension's goal. They immediately enter the fourth dimension, establish a conscious contact with the soul, and speed up their psychological development. What kind of people you think the soul will choose to orient spiritually? Someone with a weak, hypocrite, and repressed ego? Someone who can't stand the soul's greatness? Or someone with a satisfied, strong ego? Someone strong enough to realize the difficult tasks imposed by the soul.